Coming up on today's show, I'm going to give you my biggest winners and losers for the New York Giants after their dominant win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we do that, if you love beating the Eagles on Thursday Night Football, able to talk some smack that are friends of yours that support that franchise, hit that thumbs up icon right now. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for rolling in for today's video as we go over who I thought were the biggest winners and losers following the Giants win. Look, nobody's a loser, just a couple of players that I thought either didn't play their best game or for other reasons. I feel a little cliche and feel like I'm not thinking hard enough, but it's too easy to do it. My biggest winner from the game is Jaxson Dart, your quarterback. A lot of reasons you won this football game, but you do not win this football game without Jaxson Dart and the way that he played. He was hot, man. I mean, after that first pass that he put on Theo Johnson's chest, where Theo didn't get his head around, he was dialed in the rest of the ball game. 17 to 25, almost throws for 200 yards. The yards will come. I'm not worried about that. Things that impressed me is he was decisive on Thursday night with the football. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball pre-snap and post-snap. He didn't just lock into one read. He spread the wealth around as well. And whenever the New York Giants needed to make a play, he went out and did it. And he's using his legs to make plays as a runner while also using his legs to buy time to make plays with his arm down the field. The Wan'Dale Robinson touchdown, he was able to generate that play because of his legs. The 20-yard run where he beat Zach Bond with the jump cut, that was because of his legs. He's a gamer, he's a playmaker, and he is a chain freaking mover. Pro Football Focus gave Jaxson Dart an 89.7 grade out of 100. That wasn't just the highest grade of any player on the Giants. That wasn't just the highest grade of anybody on the Eagles. It was the highest grade of anybody in the ball game. A game-high 89.7 grade. He was the best player in this game. He was awesome. And I think a large part of that is how good he was on third down. Shout out to Bobby Skinner. Go give him a follow on Twitter. Support his YouTube show and his podcast, The Giants Nation Show. On third down versus the Eagles, Jaxson Dart, 11 of 14 on conversions. He moved the chains 11 times. He was 7 of 9 throwing the ball for 100 yards, including a drop, and 4 runs for 28 yards, including a touchdown. And he had that defensive pass interference drawn as well. Andrew Connell, I think the most impressive thing about Jaxson Dart on Thursday night was his ability on third down, whether it was 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. He continuously dug the Giants out of a hole and found a way to go buy a new set of downs.
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about his ability to extend plays. Listen, the O-line played great, but there was times where there was pressure in the pocket. Eagles got a little push there, and Dart multiple times just was able to duck out of the way of defenders, step back. We saw him run and change direction multiple times, get outside the pocket and run, but also keep his eyes downfield on the touchdown to Wan'Dale Robinson. Saw him cutting to the sideline, found him, and Wan'Dale was able to take that and score. So to have a guy that doesn't panic and get flustered when the pocket breaks down or you get a little pressure and you start to feel it a little bit and you get that clock in your head, he's able to go away and, like you said, make that second play when that first read isn't open on the play that was called. It's really an invaluable skill for a quarterback to have.
I mean, some of these throws won't show up in the stat sheet. That throw he makes to Jalin Hyatt on the stop and go on the left side, that resulted in defensive pass interference where the Giants get the ball at the 1-yard line. That was as good of a throw as you will see. The throw to Theo Johnson over the middle of the field in that fourth quarter that he drops, an amazing throw by Jaxson Dart. The throw into the end zone that Lil'Jordan Humphrey dropped, that was an unbelievable throw. Like, all of these throws were money, and some of them weren't caught, which tells me, Andrew, there is more room for him and this offense to continue to go. What about the play early in the game? He rolls to his right, throws back to his left. Wan'Dale Robinson going this way, missed him by 2 feet. Who knows? In 3 weeks, that could be a touchdown where he puts the ball on the money.
Absolutely, and I think we looked at his stats earlier in this video, and you said those yards will come, and I think kind of that and just getting in sync with the rest of the offense will help those yards grow under 200. I think he's only up to around 500 or 600 on the season over 3 games. Those stats will come. The Giants' offense is still in the early stages with Jaxson Dart of finding out who they are and what they want to do, and there haven't been too many plays where you've been, oh, wow, what a bad throw by Dart, or he missed him big time there. He's very accurate, and he's making the right decisions as well most of the time, it seems like. So that kind of narrative coming out of the draft that he needed time to develop from that Lane Kiffin Ole Miss system seems to just be not true, as we've seen him just play the position well so far.
Continue to be smart with the football, continue to be confident, and just continue to play your game. We're all rooting for you, Jaxson. You're bringing a lot of passion back for a lot of Giants fans, and I think I speak for everyone. We just want to say thank you, my man. We're blessed to have you, and we're so excited. We're so excited, brother. We love you, man. I got to give another winner to Andrew Thomas for the Giants, and honestly, the offensive line in totality were winners for me. This Giants offensive line, it's starting to move people. And it's given their quarterback time to operate, and it's also given their running backs room to run. They had a run blocking grade of 82.2 via Pro Football Focus. That was the highest grade of the season for that group, and the highest grade, I believe, since Week 13 of the 2014 season. Andrew Thomas, in his second and a half game back, essentially, he's back to being an all-pro player. Jaxson Dart can drop back and operate in the pocket cleanly, knowing his blind side is protected. I thought Austin Schlottman, in the 32 plays he played, was great. He had an 80.5 pass blocking grade, 76.0 run blocking grade, allowed 0 pressures. Jermaine Illuminor allowed just 1 pressure, a 76.7 pass blocking grade. John Michael Schmitz had one of his best games prior to being injured. 83.2 offensive grade, 84.7 run blocking grade, 72.5 pass blocking grade, 0 pressures allowed. Andrew Thomas, he allowed 2 QB hurries. Greg Van Roten allowed 2 QB hurries. And John Runyon, he allowed 4 pressures. But his offensive line moved people. They played well. And when they went down a starter, they didn't collapse. They were able to keep this team afloat. And for an offensive lineman to see your offense end the game in victory formation after you got the ball back with 6 minutes left and you exerted your will against the Super Bowl champions, you should feel damn good about your performance. I know Jermaine Illuminor went out and tweeted out and said, how about that mother effing offensive line? How about that mother effing offensive line? They pushed around the Philadelphia Eagles. They made them quit, and they won the game by running the clock out. Major salute to the offensive line. That's what I'm talking about, big boys. Let's freaking go. From the offensive line to the defensive back room, Cordell Flott is a winner for me. He made a game-changing play where he jumped in front of that Jalen Hurts pass and took it 60 yards the other way to set up the 3rd touchdown for rookie Cam Skattebo. Cordell Flott had been in a position battle all year long with Deonte Banks, and yesterday was the first time that he got the bulk of those snaps. Deonte Banks played in just 3 snaps, and they were the last 3 snaps of the game. Hopefully that doesn't mean Cordell Flott is hurt. But when you gave a guy a chance to get into a rhythm, when you gave him a chance to feel out the game, play with confidence, he went out and he made the play. Wasn't even that bad of a throw by Jalen Hurts. Wasn't a ball that was off target as well. Cordell Flott knew the defensive scheme on that play. Giants brought pressure. Cordell Flott knew that Jalen Hurts was going to have to get the ball out quickly. He did. Cordell Flott hit his back foot, picked it off, went the other way, and put the Giants in position to go up big. Major salute. Major salute, Tim. I could give out so many game balls and call 30 players Giants winners. So let's just tag team Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau together. Those two guys were unreal for the New York Giants. Brian Burns is playing like a defensive player of the year candidate right now. 2 more sacks on Thursday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. He now has 7 on the season in 6 games. The way he's playing football right now is unreal. 2 tackles for loss, 2 more QB hits. He had 4 stops, a stop being a tackle that is considered a negative play for the defense. He's setting the edge. He's making making plays in the run game. He's also making plays when you need him most on big-time passing downs. There's not much more I can ask of Mr. Zero. He's a captain. He's changing the culture. He's setting the standard, and he's backing it up by playing like one of the best football players in the league. And he's able to do that because he is that, one of the best in the league. He is filling the shoes that these all-time great pass rushers have left at 1925 Giants Drive. Long way for him to go. Long way for him to go to be considered in that group. But man, oh man, he's on the right path, and I'm proud. I'm proud that Brian Burns gets to wear my favorite team's jersey. I love that dude. I do. Kayvon Thibodeau deserves a lot of credit as well. This is the best football that Kayvon Thibodeau has played in his NFL career. We know he can get after the quarterback. We saw that with the 10.5, 11.5 sack season. Some of those being cleanups and some of those being against backup offensive linemen. 11 sacks is 11 sacks, though. His ability to impact the game now as a run defender by setting the edge, using that strong arm, keeping length, and making plays at, near, or behind the line is unreal. 4 more stops for Kayvon Thibodeau. Had 4 more pressures as well. He is showing why he was the 5th overall pick, why the New York Giants selected him, and so many people were hyped up for him to be a Giant. I'm happy for Kayvon Thibodeau that he's able to start putting it all together and live up to the guy that he is. I think Dexter Lawrence deserves credit as well. 4 pressures for Sexy Dexy last night. The sacks will come. The QB hits will come. The tackles for loss, they will come. But it makes it so much easier for Brian Burns when there's 4 sets of hands on 97. Makes it so much easier for Kayvon Thibodeau when there's 4 hands on 97. He is the straw that stirs the drink. I know the counting stats aren't there necessarily for him or Abdul Carter, but you can see the strength of this defense starting to emerge. The Giants were built to play with the lead, and they shut out the Eagles in the second half when they were playing from behind. 2 pressures for Abdul. Wasn't able to close the door on any of the sacks, but there were a couple plays in the run game where he got strong. He set the edge. He made redirects from Saquon Barkley happen in the backfield. I'm pumped up, man. I'm not worried about Abdul Carter. If anyone tells you Abdul Carter is not that good, tell him that I called him an idiot. Tell him the guy with the widow's peak on YouTube that talks Giants football called him an idiot, because that's what they are. I also got to give Shane Bowen a winner for his job as a coach last night. Look, I'm not a fan of Shane Bowen. I still don't think he's a good defensive coordinator, but you're as good as your last game, and his last game was awesome. Got the job done. Adjusted. The Giants mainly ran zone coverage in the first half. We begged for them to do that, and it worked. And whatever they did in the second half, it worked as well. Shane Bowen, congrats to you, man. Appreciate you putting this team in a position to have success. Continue to raise that floor. Continue to raise that floor. Lil'Jordan Humphrey, he's a winner for me as well. A guy that was on the practice squad, gets called up on game day, and makes a big-time impact. I think that first drive set the tone for the ball game. I think it was 3rd and 9. He runs like a double move on the outside to the right, one-on-one coverage. Dart sees him, says, F it. Lil'Jordan Humphrey down there somewhere. Throws him the ball. Lil'Jordan Humphrey boxes him out, goes to the top shelf, and mosses the defender. A couple of other times, had some nice stop routes for big-time gains. The connection between he and Dart is clearly there. There's chemistry and continuity there. he's a winner for me. Wan'Dale Robinson is a winner for me as well. That touchdown catch was awesome. The run after the catch was awesome. That's why you drafted Wan'Dale Robinson in round 2. How many times has you heard Joe Shane say this? Yeah, Wan'Dale's a guy that's a generator with the football in his hands. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's like a running back. He can make plays. He can eat up green grass. He gets north and south. He finds a way to make impactful yards after the catch. That's what we need. A yak guy. Is he ever going to be a contested catch guy? No. Is he ever going to be a deep threat guy? Who knows? What he can be is a dynamic football player with the ball in his hands. Has to continue to find a way to do that, and there's going to be a lot more opportunities coming his way. Jalin Hyatt saw some opportunities come his way Thursday night, and he made the most of those. I want to go to Skattebo next, AC. 3 receptions for 17 yards for Jalin Hyatt. You might say, Marsh, why is he a winner? When you're at the bottom of the roster and everyone tells you you suck, you start to believe it a little bit. But he went out there and he made plays. What about that stop route for the first down? I think he caught 2 first downs. Another time he had an out route, 2 out routes in a row that he caught. But the play that I was most impressed with was the one where the Giants had the ball at the 25-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. He runs a stop and go, freezes Keely Ringo, stacks him, gets the ball right here, unable to catch it. PI, defense. Giants have the ball at the 1-yard line. That's as good as a touchdown when you're at the 1. Give it to Skattebo. He'll get in there. Jalin Hyatt, when opportunities were thrown his way, he made the most of them. I'm hoping this can be the foundation of some confidence and some future success for the third-year wide receiver. The Giants are going to need it if they want to continue to try to stack wins as this season progresses. And I got to give Cam Skattebo a winner for this game. 3 touchdowns for the rookie, over 100 yards of all-purpose offense, 98 on the ground, 12 through the air, had nearly 80 yards after contact last night. All 19 of his rushes were positive plays for the New York Giants. Don't get hung up in the rushing yards per yards per carry for Cam Skattebo, because it's 4, it's 3, it's 5, it's 4, and he keeps coming and coming and coming, and you better tackle him. Because if you don't, he's going to run through your face all night long. We saw the Philadelphia Eagles defense quit last night. They didn't want to tackle anymore. Reed Blankenship didn't want to meet Cam Skattebo face-to-face on the goal. I said, oh, no, you're the more exciting white. We saw him run over Cooper DeJean. We saw him run over Zach Bond. Every player on the Eagles had a chance to bring Skattebo down, and they could not do it. He is an unbelievable running back. He brings a physicality to a football team that I think bleeds on to the rest of the 52 players. And he is good, man. He's good. He sets up his blocks. He's got good vision. His feet don't stop. He's got an attitude. Like, he has a will to win that's infectious. And he doesn't ever get tackled in the backfield for losses. And that is massive. That is massive, man. I could have given a lot more winners out for everybody. Only thing that matters is the Giants are winners because they shit-stomped the shitbirds up in Philly. We'll talk about some players that I thought could have played a little bit better and what some things on the football field mean for some of these Giants players. But we are almost at our goal of 90,000 subscribers. It sounds so weird to say 90,000 subscribers. If you love the Giants, you want free videos every day, hit that sub button right now. Also, this Giants Nike Polo, it's on sale. Was $70, now it's $37. Chatsports.com/Giants Polo. Use that code Chili. All right, the biggest loser coming out of the Giants game, and again, he's not a loser. I just feel like the writing is on the wall for Deonte Banks at this point. With the way that Cordell Flott played and the way the snap count has been issued the last 2 games, Deonte Banks is on the outside looking in of being a down-in, down-out player. He played 8 snaps last week against the Saints, played 3 snaps on Thursday Night Football against Philly. He's played 103 snaps this year on defense, and he has 4 penalties. They don't trust him, and there's no reason to really trust him at this point. Cordell Flott is your starting corner, opposite of Paulson Adebo, and Deonte Banks is a depth piece at this point. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate for him and unfortunate for the Giants and unfortunate for Giants fans as well. Like, it's a first-round pick. You need to hit on those guys. I want Deonte Banks to be good. I need Deonte Banks to be good. But he's hurting the team when he's out there. Career's not over. I'd like to see him find a way to get his career back on track. But man, when you're out there, you got to make plays. And it can't just be holding, defense, number 2, pass interference, defense, number 2. 3 snaps for Banks. I'm not sure how much more of him we'll see out there. I thought Theo Johnson wasn't very good last night. At minimum, 2 drops. I mean, first pass of the game, Jaxson Dart essentially puts the ball in the shirt pocket of Theo Johnson. He doesn't turn his head around. There was another third down. He throws the ball up the seam unbelievably in the fourth quarter, and Theo Johnson dropped it. Theo is an unreal athlete. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. You got to be able to catch the football. Like, that is the most important thing playing the tight end position. Like, you got to catch the football. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how much you look like a warrior out there. If you can't catch the football when Jaxson Dart's putting it on the money, that's a problem. And, like, I know he was a 4th-round pick 2 years ago. Well, Daniel Bellinger was a 4th-round pick 3-4 years ago. And Daniel Bellinger doesn't drop the football. Daniel Bellinger hasn't dropped a football since the 2023 season. I'm not ready to punt on Theo Johnson yet. I want to continue the development. I want to see if they can squeeze the juice out of him, but I need him to start catching the football. I'm tired of seeing Jaxson Dart missiles dropped by Theo Johnson, leaving yards on the table, leaving big plays on the table. Catch the football. Like, I know you'd say it, I'll say it too. You got to catch the football. It's that simple. Another loser for me is the Giants' defense when it comes to covering the tight end. How many years in a row have we seen Dallas Goedert own the New York Giants? And he did it again last night. 9 receptions, 110 yards, a score, 12.2 yards per catch. It's hard to pinpoint exactly who is at fault, but whether it's Andrew Phillips in the slot, whether it's Javon Holland, whether it's Tyler Nubin, whether it's Bobby Okereke, whether it's Darius Muasau, the Giants have to find a way to be a little bit better in the middle of the field. They've kind of got torn up over there, and they have to do a better job of slowing down tight ends. Like, that's been something that has been the Achilles heel back when Chris Cooley was a Washington Commander, back when Brent Selleck was an Eagle, Jason Witt. My whole life, there's been a tight end open against the New York Giants. So something to tighten up on defense. I mean, you pitch a second half shutout. Not too much to say there, but, I mean, you can't let Dallas Goedert get off for 110 yards anymore. It just can't happen. Cannot happen. And that's really all I got. Like, I don't really have any more losers. I thought the Giants played a damn good football game. I mean, you win 34-17, Thursday Night Football, short week. I don't really have any. Well, actually, I do have one more loser, and he's actually the biggest loser of the game. That's the Philadelphia Eagles, boys and girls. Jordan Mailata crying on his way home, back to the city that celebrates a broken bell. The Eagles are the biggest losers as they lose to the New York Giants 34-17 on primetime football. Let's go. F the Eagles. Let's go, Giants. Let's freaking go. If you love beating the Eagles, hit that thumbs up icon. You end your losing streak on Thursday Night Football of 10 years. You lost 8 NFC East games in a row. And the Eagles go home losers. Hit that thumbs up icon. Appreciate all y'all. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on social media. Damn, it sure does feel good.